Who do you think you are? Hi, I'm Reverend Andrew Bozeman, and this is On the Wings of Your Mind. So today we're addressing the question, who do you think you are? Now, considering the fact that we are programmed for life during the first 7 years of our life, the question becomes, is that program still valid in your life? Are you still the same person you were when you were 7 years old? I'm going to jump out on a limb here and say that no, you are not the same person you were when you were 7 years old. So now the question becomes, why are you still behaving and reacting and thinking the way you were then? Who do you think you are? Please click on the thumbs up button below. And if you haven't already done so, please choose to subscribe. You can use the subscribe button on the lower right-hand corner there. Remember, I would love to hear your thoughts, your comments, and your questions, so please use the chat box on the right side of the screen or the comment section below the video. Okay? So why are you still behaving and reacting and thinking now the way you were when you were 7 years ago? Well, the answer is pretty simple. Because you were hypnotized. You were hypnotized then, and you're still in a hypnotic state. According to Dr. Bruce Lipton, author of the best-selling book, The Biology of Belief, the mind of a child up to age 7 is wide open. It's wide open to suggestion. The child's subconscious at that young age absorbs everything around it. It absorbs the way it sees adults act. It absorbs the way that it sees adults talking. It records the things that adults do, the way adults react to things. Up to the age of 7, the subconscious mind of a child records all input presented to it. All input. Not just good input, all input. Not just beneficial input, all input. Whatever comes across the vision or the ears of the child is going to be recorded in its subconscious mind. Whatever comes across the television screen or the computer screen or the smartphone screen or any other screen that may be in the vicinity, it is going to absolutely record everything, everything, everything. And then eventually it will start to play it back. Does your child say things that astound you? They're not creating it. They're repeating it. Their little minds have recorded, filed it into the obvious context of whatever it is that they saw it happening in, and now they're playing it back with disturbing accuracy. The trouble is, what we may think of being cute in a child is being set like concrete deep in their subconscious mind, and it will play back over and over and over again for the rest of their lives. For the rest of their lives. And at some point, it can become an irritating blockage. The Greek philosopher Aristotle once said, "Give me a child until he is 7, and I will show you the man." So who do you think you are? The answer is to look deep, deep within your past to find out. You may have wonderful dreams of who you would like to be, but every time you try to get there, something stops you. That's because your subconscious has been programmed in a different way. Hey, I know, I've tried it. I remember in my younger days wanting to be something that I had not experienced before, something that no one in my family had ever experienced before. I wanted to break new ground, and I kept getting stopped, and I kept getting stopped, till eventually I did break through. But it took effort after effort after effort after effort. So, Dr. Lipton asked this question: why can a person who is really smart but was born into a poor family struggle to make it all his whole life and still end up poor? How can that happen? On the other hand, how can a stupid kid who was born into a prosperous family hardly try at all and end up making it anyway? Why does that happen? The answer is that it's in the subconscious. The things you do without thinking about it, the things that happen automatically, the moves you make automatically, the way you think automatically, the way your processes are programmed to be automatically. That's the solution. That's the solution to what makes some people poor and other people rich. It's the way they think automatically. So what's the solution to poor programming? Change your programming. Yes, change your programming. Your original programming, as I said before, was impressed upon you when you didn't know what was happening. You were a child. You had no defense against it. But now you do know. Now your eyes see what is going on around you. Now your imagination is showing you what you want your life to be. Now it's different. So how do you break that trance that has been there for so long? Repetition. Stay conscious, stay focused, and repeat over and over and over and over and over and over again the new behaviors you want to adopt. Stay focused and repeat over and over and over and over and over and over again the new thoughts you want to incorporate into your life. You want to get better? Repeat to yourself every day, several times a day. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. Sounds silly, doesn't it? That was an affirmation created by a man named Emile Coué back in 1901, over 120 years ago. Emile Coué. Dr. Coué was a psychologist and a pharmacist in France, and he believed that most mental and physical illnesses could be improved by changing a person's thinking. You know what? He helped thousands, literally thousands of people in Europe with his methods. But when he came to the United States, they laughed at him. He was often ridiculed by the medical establishment. He was made fun of by the cynical media community. So his work was mostly dismissed in the United States, even though it was being highly praised and enthusiastically practiced in Europe. Goes to show how smart Americans are, right? It was only many years later that the real value of Dr. Coué's work began to be recognized when authors such as Napoleon Hill and his book Think and Grow Rich, or Norman Vincent Peale and his book The Power of Positive Thinking, or Maxwell Maltz and his book Psycho-Cybernetics. Those books became famous in their own right, but they were spreading the words of Emile Coué. They were spreading his theories. So now we know that his theories work. They actually work. We can break through the hypnotic roadblock that was impressed upon us when we were defenseless children. And we can grow into who we really are. Who are we really? We are powerful, creative, spiritual beings with the power to change our own lives, our own world, and in the process, change the whole world. So what is Coué's theory actually? Well, he believed that by repetition, we can actually reprogram our minds. Repetition. Initially, our minds were hypnotized into believing whatever it is we currently believe. That's because our minds were wide open and suggestible. We were under 7. But now that we've grown up, our minds are pretty much closed. So reprogramming is harder. But the key to breaking through that concrete wall, breaking through and resetting our subconscious is by repetition, repetition, repetition. This has been confirmed by a lot of the brain research work that is going on now. It's been confirmed by Dr. Lipton in his book, The Biology of the Belief. It's been confirmed by mystics over the centuries, and it can be confirmed by you if you just apply it to your own life and your own mind. By repetition, I mean actually repeating out loud the words that you want to reprogram your mind to think, whether it's every day in every way I'm getting better and better, or I'm a powerful individualized expression of infinite intelligence, or I love my job and I'm always climbing upward and onward, or the money I circulate by spending or giving always comes back to me multiplied, pressed down and running over. It doesn't matter what you repeat as long as you repeat it. Repeat it slowly and often. Repeat it slowly and often. And that will convince your mind eventually, your subconscious mind, that what you're saying is the truth. I know you won't believe it at first, because it's not true at first, but keep repeating it, keep repeating it, keep repeating it, and eventually your subconscious mind will accept it. It will become convinced that you are telling the truth. And once it is convinced of that, you know what? It will take over and make things happen for you because you're not locked into your little body. Your subconscious mind works powerfully because you are always transmitting electromagnetic waves out into the world, and the world responds in kind because it is vibrating in sync with you. That is your power. You are transmitting electromagnetic vibrations outward, and they are coming back to you the way you want it to happen, in sync. But remember, this has to be an active process. Being passive and putting signs on your wall and on the bathroom mirror are not going to cut it by itself. That's passive. Your subconscious mind needs for you to take command, take control, and begin retraining it the way you want it to be, and break it away from the way it is used to being. Carl Jung, the pioneering psychoanalyst, strongly recommended your active participation in your growth when he said, I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. So what is it that you choose to become? All you have to do is make up your mind and then go for it. There's a saying that knowledge is power. And in order to gain the power that is your birthright, you first of all need to know what it is that you really want. That knowledge is not easy to come by. Why? Because we spent so much time in our lives going along with whatever life had to offer us that we don't actually sit down and decide what it is we really want. Most of us accept what life has to give and do not make demands. Another thing that holds us back is that we really don't believe we're supposed to have what we want anyway. You know, we have dreams, we might, but we reject those as, no, that's not for me. Why? Because we've been brainwashed into accepting less than we deserve because we don't feel worthy. We've come to believe that's the way it's supposed to be, but it is not. It is not. It is not the way it's supposed to be. You deserve so much more than you allow yourself to have. You deserve so much more. And it's time to begin to change that, to get what you deserve, to get what you are worthy of. Remember, you are an individualized expression of infinite intelligence. You are a spiritual being having a human experience, and you are so much greater than your body. And you came here to this creative space called Earth to learn how to create. Knowledge is power, but the lack of knowledge is the lack of power. So it's time to break through that barrier of ignorance and claim your power. Claim your power. Claim your power. Claim it. How are you going to do that? First, start thinking about what it is you really want. And then we'll talk some more about it tomorrow. In the meantime, let's close with prayer. Thank you, infinite intelligence. Thank you for bringing all of us together in this life so we may become spiritual warriors and join in the work we have come here to do. Thank you, Infinite Intelligence, for bringing us into this space of awareness and a deeper understanding of our lives and our relationship to life and infinite intelligence. Thank you for showing us who we really are. We open our minds and hearts to the truth of our being. We are the children of God. We are individualized expressions of infinite intelligence. And because we are part of the greater whole, we're beginning to understand our value to the continuity of life on this planet. As we become channels of your power, infinite intelligence, we can feel your presence within ourselves and within our lives more and more. We know that as we feel your presence within our lives every day, we will rise because we are no longer cut off from you by being immersed in the darkness of fear, anger, and the pain of unforgiveness. So we're now restoring our connection through the grace of forgiveness, knowing that as we learn to forgive ourselves for the pain we have caused to ourselves, and as we learn to forgive those who inflicted pain upon us, our connections will grow stronger, and our lives will grow happier and healthier and more prosperous. And for this we are truly grateful. As above, so below, as within, so without, and so it is. Amen. Thank you for thank you for watching. Please remember to click on the thumbs up button below. If you haven't already done so, please choose to subscribe. And I'd love to hear your thoughts, comments, and shares. So please use the comments section below. So in the meantime, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow so we can continue this conversation. Remember, I am Reverend Andrew Bozeman, and this has been On the Wings of Your Mind.